1 in the morning. I had Mahogany open up downtown, rented it out for him and his people. They would have had a late dinner there. I mean, but I guess when you have money, you can do whatever you want.
Shit,
So
I would have did too. So you started out as a VIP promoter, right?
yeah, so I was VIP host at Glam. Glam was the first one. So that used to be right across from the ballpark. So started at Glam, got the opportunity under Jeff Rogers. Rest in peace. So Jeff Rogers, just started like a weekend thing. Like learning, making a little bit of money. I was making enough money to pay my bills and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. We were always out, so like might as well get paid for it.
Right.
So then just fell in love with it. Started learning, from all the guys around, like Chris Byron that worked with him and all the other guys, and just one thing led to another. Dream opened up, became a VIP host there. Became the Cake opened up, became the general manager of Dream, and then obviously you started learning more and more. So and then we opened up Bloom, moved to Bloom, and then we just got more responsibilities. Jeff was one of those people that he invested in his own, like the people that were with him. He never brought somebody in from the outside. He always kind of promoted within. So that's kind of a philosophy that I'm carrying on now. I never want to bring somebody out from the outside. I want to give the people that are with me an opportunity to grow.
That like know it all and
Yeah,
build with you.
if they show that they're willing to learn, they're willing to grow with us, then why not? Sky is the limit. So and then after Bloom, got an opportunity at 115 at the moment with James and DeWan. So moved there.
That's where I met you, was at 115.
Yeah, 115. But I used to come out to Dream and Bloom before, no?
I used to come out to Bloom a little bit. I'm but yeah, Bloom with my little fake ID, and then my friends are like, let's just go over to 115.
So 115. So yeah, so 115 happened. Obviously, I was working with Ashton. He's the one that brought me in with Jeff Rogers in the first place. So he was at 115 at the moment. So I started working with him, and just one day, they decided they wanted to sell, and we were the next people up. And then it was, we always, ever since you got into the business and you start learning more about it, you always like, you make everybody so much money. It's like, oh, now it's my turn to make money for myself, kind of thing. So, but, we thought we knew everything about, I can talk about myself personally, I thought I knew everything about the nightlife, but, you think you're on the top of the mountain, but once you got into that ownership role, we realized, we're not even halfway up the mountain. So,
yeah,
a lot to learn. We're still learning every day. So it's still, but that's what I love about it. It's like, wake up and you already knowing
and so
what to expect.
Yeah, so you travel a lot, like different places out of the country and stuff. Do you use these as kind of like learning trips and stuff?
Yeah,
like
of course. I mean,
like,
anywhere you go, you're gonna go out. You're gonna visit different bars, nightclubs, stuff like that, and that's how you get ideas. I think anybody around anywhere will be lying to you, say, "Oh, I didn't get this idea when I was in this country or this country." So it's one of those things. Is like you go and you travel and you see things. You're like, "Oh, that could work in Oklahoma. That's cool, but it wouldn't work in Oklahoma," kind of thing. So you always. I think now that we're in this. Ever since we became manager and became an owner, then now that you're in this position, you look at things differently. Like when we go out to different places, we hear the sound system different. We pay attention to what's going on behind the bar. We pay attention to with the staff. So it's just one of those things. Is like once you get to that next level, as an ownership level, then you start seeing things differently when you go out places. So.
Yeah, I definitely can feel that just because it's not nightlife aspect, but I've done everything when it comes to like the restaurant business and stuff. Like I've cooked, I've served, I've managed and stuff like that. And even like my job now in property management, like I'll go to my friends' apartments or they'll call me up and be like, hey, can you come check my apartment out? I'll walk in their apartment. I'm like, paint's not done. It's not done. Like,
yeah, so you see things differently because
once you're like looking into that.
So, yeah.
And so how would you describe like OKC nightlife like right now based on like the growth that you've seen?
I think OKC
slow growth, like you think it's going in the right way?
I think OKC nightlife kind of took a hit, COVID obviously. it was on a different level before COVID. After COVID, I don't think nightlife was the same. And I can say that's probably anywhere, like all over the world. But I think I can speak as far as with all the places that are opening up, with yours truly, with Sin City is about to open up in Bricktown now, with us opening up new concepts. I think it's coming back to life. I think especially Bricktown with all the development, the building that they're building down there with all the stuff that's going on. I think nightlife is coming back. So
I really like the family aspect because like when I transitioned into the nightlife from like just going out and like I tell people like it's two different things, going out and then like working in it. I'm like, wow, it was a totally different like mindset. And my first like club, because I started selling hookah at Cubano, and then Cindy brought me over to 15, and it was a totally different like ball game for me because having to make that switch. And I feel like you guys have made it such a easy transition like throughout it all. And like
I mean, we like to carry,
a big family. Like that's one thing that I always will say about 115. It feels like everybody's like a big family there, and everybody can serve it.
I would credit that to Jeff Rogers. I think there's a lot, obviously, not just from him, but we worked with James Vu, with Joe Buffington, with all these different owners, and we can learn a lot from them, And with Jeff Rogers, I credit a lot to Jeff Rogers because we learned a lot of what to do and what not to do. It wasn't always perfect, but it was. I mean, the guy was a legend in the city. I mean, he did so much for nightlife in Oklahoma, and now nobody can ever take that away from him. So I think he learned a lot from that because he always had that Rogers Concepts family environment. And I think, I mean, if you look at the people that work with us now, between Kaz and Pollo and Ashton and me, and Juanito, and we all have that, we all came from one place. We all worked under the same person. So that family aspect, we're all friends outside the business, and then we come together, and everybody's good at their own little thing, like their own departments, and we just kind of come together collectively. And I think that's what makes it.
I love hearing y'all's stories about like the clubs that like I've never been to. Like I've never been to like Dream, Glam, and stuff like that. And so hearing like all of what it was like before COVID, I'm like, damn, that sounds like so much fun.
I mean, well, we can go back there. I mean, I didn't work at it, but Candy was a staple in Bricktown. Candy and Circus. Before Glam was even open, before Dream opened up. I think Dream, for me, at all the clubs that I worked at, I think Dream is hands down probably the best nightclub, period. Like,
really?
And I think it could have went on for the next, for 10 years. It could have been 115 downtown. But unfortunately, things happen, and it is what it is. So
I know it feels good as like a business owner, as knowing that 15 is such a staple for Oklahoma City, because you always hear like when I ask my friends, oh, what are y'all doing tonight? 15.
Well, that was whenever we bought into the club, it was 115, Club 115. So we talked about it, and we're like, we want to modernize it, but not take away from 15, like the 115, because the address is 115 East Sheridan. So, and then 115 has been around at that point for 10 plus years. So I was like, me and Ashton sat down, we talked about it, and we're like, what about we just do 15 nightclub and lounge and make it more of the same nightclub but with a modern twist to it.
Yeah.
So that's why we try to go with it. That's when we changed it to 15. But I mean, people still call it 115 now, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. But I mean, you can call it whatever you want as long as you come and party with us. So.
Hey, I know that's right. And it's always a party for sure. Sold out almost every weekend.
Yeah.
People are coming out. Hot people are coming that y'all been hosting. Y'all just had Trey Songz?
We just had Trey Songz. We have a couple of other ones coming up. We're working for Soldier Boys is coming to the city soon.
Ooh, that's going to be me the whole time.
Yeah, and that's all that he's known for now. I mean, no offense, but we have a couple of other ones coming through the city that, we had, what's her name? Janet Jackson was here. We had her DJ at Kiss, obviously. Yeah. And so, we're excited, and we try to make moves every time to kind of always
really,
keep it fresh.
Staying with the time too, and bringing, it's always something new.
I think you have to. I think that's one thing that Oklahoma has been missing for so long, and people just not taking, I guess, a risk on. You have to stay relevant. You have to bring people in, and all the big cities do it. I mean, you have, French Montana has residency at 11, and at Dreas in Vegas, and they bring in Tiesto, they bring in all these Pauly D, they're bringing all these people. We have to do that. I mean, I know, it's hard because it's a small market here, but I think you have to do stuff like that to stay, up with the times, kind of thing.
Man,
So,
those lines be out there. People will show up.
you have to show up early.
Yes, you have to show up. 4:11. 4:11. That's the cue.
Maybe earlier than that.
The craziest line I've ever seen in 15 history was probably the Ray J one. That was the crazy.
I was about to say that was Wayne's birthday as well, and that was crazy. We had so many people from Tulsa.
And it was like
here.
raining too, I think. It was
a wild night. But I mean, there's only, like I said, there's only so much you can do with that. But that night was
that
wild,
night was
yeah.
crazy.
And it was also, like I said, it was Wayne's weekend, Wayne's World. So, and that was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was to kick off Wayne's World, and it was just, it's crazy. And everybody shows up. Shout out to Wayne when everybody shows up for his birthday every year. So that's gonna become like one of those things, like, a big holiday, or people gonna come from outside the state the next couple of years.
People talk about it, and I'm like, they hit me too. Like, knowing that, like, I work at 115 and stuff like that, I'll be like, oh, blah, 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 please tell me you can help me, please tell me you can help me, please. And like when Bossman D'Lo came, I have never had so many people. I had people DMing me on Instagram just because I posted it and all of it, and it's so crazy.
Even with what's the other guy that came in from the Star Show, the BET show, Little Meech. Little Meech. Even that was a big thing,
I love Lil Meech.
Yeah,
I've seen Lil Meech in Austin, not this past summer, but the summer before. It's like, oh my god, that's why we were real. Lil Meech, if you ever see this, babe, I love you.
That's fun.
And it's so, like, it was just so funny. And I did not see him. I saw him one time.
Yeah?
Because I was in the bottle room. I was in the bottle room working.
You were working that night?
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah. No, even he wasn't in there for long. I mean, he wasn't there for he came in, did like a little 20-minute walkthrough, and then he walked out. So,
but I feel like when you get to that level, who really wants to be in the club from?
Even when Drake was here too, and whenever Cardi B, we booked her DJ, and I think even booking their DJs, it brings in that different clientele that comes to the concert and
the
stuff
Drake nights were lit.
And that was
you went
Monday,
to the concert
Tuesday,
too. Yeah, and it was a Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I remember we were open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think we were open Sunday too. Monday, Tuesday.
We only closed on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah. Dude, I was tired, folks.
Yeah, that was a good little 10-day, 12-day thing. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's it called? You went to Drake.
Yeah, I went both.
How was Drake?
It was good. I think the second. I mean, it was different. The second night.
You went both nights?
Yeah, I went both nights. It was. I wasn't gonna go, but then they were like, "Let's go." So let's go check it out. And then I think the second night was definitely, it was better. And it was J. Cole's last night with him because he was going back. Mm-hmm. So that was his last night, like performing with him. So it was pretty cool. They had Central C there, which is English rapper. I mean, not a lot. I think now he's becoming a big thing here, but.
I actually have no idea who that is.
Yeah?
I know his name, and like I've seen him.
You probably know some songs. If you listen to him, you know a couple of songs. He's got a couple.
I love Drake, and I wanted to go so bad, but I worked the first night, and so I was like, no, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
And then the second night, something happened, but I think I worked that night, and I was like, no. And I was so mad because I wanted to go so bad, but I heard it was so much fun.
No, it was definitely worth it. We tried to get the after party for him that Monday, but they got out so late, and the dude just went to Mahogany. You heard about it? He rented out Mahogany, at 1 a.m. Had Mahogany open up downtown, rented it out for him and his people. They would have had a late dinner there. I mean, but I guess when you have money, you can do whatever you want.
Shit. I would have did too. I probably would have hit back.
Have steak at 2 a.m.
Right. Ain't nothing better. We have some little Wagyu, whatever. You know what? What do they be bringing the chests out?
Oh, the gold flakes on there. Yeah, man.
Dude, have you ever done any of those?
So I went to Puppy Steak in Miami, so done that, and I also have pictures with. I went to the Salt Bay restaurant in Miami, and he was there actually. It was for Wilson Navas. It was his birthday, and we went out there. It was in February, and he came out and did the whole little Salt Bay thing. But Puppy Steak was an experience too. Like they bring out in a chest and like a little briefcase, and it's pretty cool.
I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm her.
They bring it out, they stamp it in front of you, and it's like a whole show. And you pay for the experience,
Is the steak good though?
Oh yeah, it was good. I mean, I wouldn't pay that much again. I think just the whole experience, but it was worth it.
Bottle service with a steak. Yeah. Basically, bottle service with a steak, 100%. And I do it every time. Man, I get that money, I
think I just do it once and be done. Like that's the same thing I said when I went to Vegas. I was like, once I'm done. That was my first time. It's gonna be my last time. And I went crazy and
So what would you say your like top 3 like nightlife places are when you go?
Nightlife places. I mean, uh, I love Miami. 11, easily top three. That's I mean,
Every time I ask someone about Miami, they always say 11.
yeah,
And
11.
I've never even been to Miami.
So 11 is kind of, so it's open. I believe if I'm not mistaken, it's open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it's open 24/7. So like it was like you walk in there and you like lose complete track of time. Like I'm pretty sure we went in there at 11 p.m. and I want to say we left and I didn't even know, I thought it was still dark outside. Like we left and it was light on and it was like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. We're leaving. They're still in line, and it's just crazy. And the way they run it, like I said, now that you see it from a different perspective, the way they run the club, they're like so everything is like top tier. Like they changed the staff. The staff, I think they have maybe 3 staffs that work in. Like they work different hours.
That's crazy.
And like it just it blew my mind. Like I was like, it's a nightclub, strip club. They had CeeLo Green performing that night. It was just crazy. Like it was crazy, and we went crazy with it. Like I said, we
And do
walked
they
in.
just continue to sell liquor? They don't stop.
Yeah, it just doesn't stop. It's busy. Like I'm talking about 7 a.m. We're leaving. It's still busy. And there's a line outside. People coming in.
That's crazy.
It's wild. Like I've never seen anything like it. Like I wish stuff like that was here in Oklahoma, but not yet. We're still a couple of years behind. So
We're trying.
we'll get
We're
there.
trying. We're getting our little after hours
We'll get there.
vibes.
No, I mean I think Oklahoma is definitely in the up and up. So I think they're probably a couple of years behind, like I said. But it's trying to catch up to the rest, and I think that's only going to create more opportunity, more money, bring in more money.
So when are
to
we gonna get the cars in 115?
Huh?
When are we gonna get the cars?
What do you mean?
You know how in like Dallas they bring.
Oh, the little carrier. We have one. We have one. It just I don't trust it. Like, we're gonna have to put somebody really small in it, and I don't know, man. We have a little one in the bottle room, but we might have to get a Corvette or like a Lamborghini or something for them, and have to hire somebody to put them in there. But
That's crazy. When I see them come out, like my first time ever seeing it was in Dallas, and I saw a girl come out. I was like, what?
they do it where? They do a Bottle Blonde or something? Or
I think I saw it at Bottle Blonde, and then what's the one? I think it's like 2 clubs down from Bottle Blonde, like going back that way.
there's
Maybe Citizen.
Citizen, and then there's Sporting Club next to it, I believe.
It might
if
have
I'm
been
not mistaken.
Sporting.
But I mean,
One of them, bro. They're all.
they do crazy stuff down there.
Yes, Greenlight Social. I like that one. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like Greenlight. I like the music there. It's more like back home. They play the house music, the European house music. So it's kind of that's something that I would love to hear here, but it's just not a market for it here yet. It's like you play that in the club and people gonna like
I'm like,
bounce out. They're just gonna leave. Like they don't even give it a chance. But and then I feel like it's either that or like the other extreme is dubstep, and like and that's just I can't do that for 4 hours straight. I don't know. Yeah. I just,
So Miami's in the lineup. What's next? Miami number 1.
yeah,
Or we're not
Miami.
doing it in order.
No, we're not going in order because I can't put. There's a couple of clubs back home. There's a club called Teatro in Marrakesh in Morocco. It's the biggest nightclub in Africa.
Oh wow.
It's like a casino. There's a nightclub next to it, but it's that one. I mean, the nightlife there is just like.
They're
that
really
stays open.
capitalizing on taking your money.
That stays open till 5, 6 in the morning. They do tickets. I walked up and they were like, how many people you got with you? And I was like, well, I got 8 people with me. They're like, okay, well, the table holds 6. So I can get 6 in. You got to pay for the table, which was you just pay for the bottles. And then he said the other 2 got to buy tickets. So they got to pay a cover charge. That's what I meant by it. So I was like, imagine implement that here, but they, like you said, they maximize their money. They make crazy money. Like, and everybody walking in there, it's either you pay or somebody else standing in line is willing to, whatever it takes. So, but I mean, we have a couple of clubs in Morocco. There's, Teatro, there's Soul Lounge, there's Sky Bar. Now, I haven't been back in 2 years, but they just opened up a club called Sky Bar. And it's like overlooking the river, like in my city, in Rabat.
Beautiful.
And it's I see videos every weekend. It's packed. It's like a rooftop bar. It's a club, rooftop club, and it's open, and they just go. Like,
I always want to go like overseas. I've heard about Morocco, South Africa, and even going into like Europe and stuff. Like I just want to see, because I always see like videos, like TikTok, Instagram.
I think that's
like
next.
that.
I think when I go back next time, I got to go to Ibiza, Marbella, southern
like
Spain. Check it out.
yes.
Like, you know.
And it's just I feel like over there it's just a different experience, like complete like
Yeah, like I said, the music is different. Like, they play Drake and Rihanna stuff like that, but they play like mainstream stuff that's well known. And most of the music they play is like house music, European house. I'm talking about like Calvin Harris, like um,
I don't mind
John Summit, stuff like that, like
I don't mind a little Calvin Harris.
Tiesto. But like here they don't, like you might listen to it, but here like a lot of people like understand that. So, but I think like I said, it's the house music, especially the Afrobeats. Even Afrobeats is becoming a big thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like, and I remember when I first came, we were in college. We were the only ones listening to Afrobeats. We would play Peace, like Peace Square. We play Burna Boy. We play Wizkid. We play Davido, and people would be like, "The heck is this?" Like,
Cut this
what
off,
you
put
guys
Drake
listen
on or
to?
something.
Huh?
I said they'd be like, cut this off, put Drake on
Yeah,
or
I mean
something.
they don't understand it, and like now it's crazy because after I would say 2018, we even did an international night at Dream Den where Pollo was DJing, and we sat down and went over all these different artists from across the pond, like from France, from Africa, and we started playing, and people were really like messing with it. So for me, it's like it's crazy now that just a couple of years later, people are like Drake, like Davido and Wizkid because they were with Drake.
Right.
Drake's music, if you don't see it, it's coming like more like an Afrobeat type, and
I feel like that's him going into his next phase
yeah.
of his music.
And he's using these guys like as features in his music. So now that people, like he's got a good flow to him. Like let me listen to his other music. And
Yeah.
people like starting to listen to Afro, which it makes me happy because like I said, that's something we grew up listening to. Like I love Afro beats and
I'm starting to dip and dabble into it a little bit. Like I just listened to Burna Boy's album and I really liked it. I've never really
you listen to African Giant.
okay.
Burna Boy, that album, every song is a hit on it.
Really, no
And that
skips.
right there, if you listen to that album, you're gonna fall in love with it right after that.
Then I'm gonna try it for sure because I'm always looking for new music.
See, that came out I think in 2000, if I'm not 16, 17.
Hey, that's the best time of music. Swear to God, I swear. And you always like think about it in the club. It's still being played. Like you hear a lot of 2017 music in the club.
They play some old Davido too, like
Okay.
some old songs. But I mean, like I said, it works.
That'd be you be up in the club, turn up.
You have to move. You start moving just without even noticing. So
So, what would you say? So you said Miami, Morocco, the third. What's the last?
I mean, I went to Vegas. We went to Dreas. We went to a bunch of nightclubs.
You guys just
I went
had
to Mexico.
DJ Shift here not too long
yeah.
ago, right?
So Shift is a big name in Vegas. He does like White Republic. He goes to 11. Is every I would say once a month, or I'm not really sure, like whenever. But he travels all over the U.S. and Shift is a Justin is a good DJ. He's one of the best DJs I think that I've heard around here. And
I had a conversation with him like after the club closed. He's a good dude too.
yeah, no, he's good people. He's good people. And not to take away from any of the DJs here in Oklahoma, like I think it just the opportunity is not there. But for me, and I said it to their face, and I'll say it on camera. I think Kilo, Wayne, Life, they're up there for me. Like with best DJs around.
Me as well.
I think Kilo and Wayne especially. The way they transition and the way they start telling a story and then it goes into a song, and like for me, you can't teach that. Like I don't know nothing about DJing at all. Like don't quote me on anything, but like.
Those are definitely like two of my favorites in life too. Like when I hear those three or somewhere, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull it for sure. Just because like a club experience for me, like a night out, like it has to have good music, good vibes. And I feel like the vibes kind of start with the music. They set the tone.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think they play. The thing that they do good is they read the room, like and that's something they do really good. It's just like it doesn't matter, and they're comfortable. It doesn't matter. You can have people from different country and they know exactly and they play the music to them so that way they can vibe and they can have a good time. So I think that's something you can't teach because a lot of DJs they be stuck on their own ways and they're like no, they're gonna listen to what I have to play, which I'm like, you're not Tiesto, you're not somebody, you're not Paulie D. They're not coming to see you, they're coming not that Paulie D is a good DJ, but anyways that was a bad example, but you know what I mean. Like they're not coming to see you to perform, they're coming to listen to good music and drink at the bar. So But no, man, like I said, like, no, the nightlife is getting there, a little bit by little bit. So just gotta keep pushing through.
Keep pushing.
That's it.
Hey, and y'all are the next sets, maybe. Next set of people to push it.
I think and that's the thing. I think we're the ones trying to. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people that've been around in nightlife for a long time that are still around. They're still doing great things, like James Vu with yours truly.
Yes.
It's an amazing concept. Like I've been there a couple of times. It's a pretty club. It's
it's beautiful.
like a New York style, and I think we need people like that, including myself, including Ashton, including other people that need to keep pushing that agenda to bring something to the city to keep growing, to introduce new things, and not everything's gonna work, but that's life. You take chances, and it either works or it doesn't work, and then you just keep trying. So
I feel like you build from failure.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, yeah. So we talked about your endeavors now, your travels, whole lot of. Now we're gonna play a little game. You ready?
What's the game?
Main or side? Who you choose to be your main beach? Who you choose to be your side beach?
All right, hit me.
You ready? These are famous people. We're not messy on here.
All right,
on 95 degrees. Note that. You ready? Okay. So, I'm gonna start. Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian.
So wait, one has to be a main, one has to be a side. Ah man, that's
Sisters. It's hard.
I know, right? I would go with Kim as the main and Khloe as the side.
Solid. I see that.
If I have to pick, so.
Lotto or Glorilla?
Oh, I'm not a big fan of Glow.
What?
I mean, their music.
Yeah.
But so I'll go Lotto as main and Glow as a side.
If I could choose a famous best friend, it would be Lotto.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I just love her music's so good, and I see all her videos and stuff, and I'm like, I know that bitch is. I know
we were actually gonna bring Glorilla not too long ago. It's been about before she started blowing up. So it was about I want to say about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, and then they just never we couldn't make it work, and so.
You know her song is an inspiration for my podcast.
Yeah.
My name.
Okay, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Or with Nicki as a main, Cardi as a side.
Why do you want the Barb as a main though? You know Cardi B be holding it down.
If I have to, it is what it is.
Okay.
You give me some tough choices here, though.
Yeah, I know. It's some hard, This one's funny. Whoopi Goldberg or Oprah?
Can we skip this one? Go again.
Whoopi Goldberg or Oprah Winfrey?
Oof. I go with Oprah, man. Oprah's got it. Let's go be the main. That one's going to hold it down. That's it. I don't think that one's going to tell me no on anything, so we good.
She's so rich, she could spend her money.
That's it. She won't even know I'm in the whole house. She's going to have 10 different bedrooms.
Flip it out there. Okay. And the Whoopi on the side. I don't think I just said.
That one was a tough one.
I know. Big bankroll on them. So, Margot Robbie or Tiffany Haddish?
I don't know.
You want to laugh for the rest of your life?
Yeah, that's, so we go with that.
I don't know.
I think go with Tiffany as the main.
I feel like it would be it would be an experience for sure.
It'll be different for sure.
Yeah.
I'll be I don't know if that's gonna get too annoying or not, but I'll go with Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay. Solid.
Yeah.
Solid. Okay. One more. J-Lo or Rihanna? That's a solid lineup right there. Yeah, that's a hard one.
That one, that's a tough one, but I always love J-Lo. Damn, J-Lo's got to be the main. J-Lo, and then Rihanna's the side.
Agent like fine line.
You got to go with J-Lo. J-Lo, I don't even know how old she now, 50, 60.
I don't know.
She still looks so young.
Like 35.
So, yeah. So I go with J Lo's name now. It's a good choice. You probably went the other way around, huh?
They're both
But that's a
solid.
tough one, man.
Yeah, it is.
There's no wrong answer with that. So.
Yeah. But they're so solid in their own. That was a hard one. I don't know who I'd pick. I guess you can't have both of them.
Yeah.
Not in this game.
Switch them off for the other ones, like some of the other answers.
The other one, yeah. Move it around.
Hey, you
All
almost
right.
made me choke on a hookah with that one.
For Oprah got your heart. Oprah got your heart.
I wasn't expecting this. That would go.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to get on here. All right. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, thank you for
I
having
really
me.
appreciate you.